Dalton Rosa, pretty impressive performance, man. First round finish. Give me your assessment. How did you think you did?
I think I did well. I wasn't trying to wrestle that much, but he kept like crowding me. Any chance he got to get a hold of me, he did, and that kind of averted my wrestling a little bit. Went to the ground. He almost got me in an armbar, but I fought through it, got out. Felt like I did a lot of damage, but I wanted to get an actual knockout, and the blood time stopped that. So I wasn't happy about that, but I'm pleased with my performance.
And how tight did you think that armbar was? Were you ever in any trouble, or is it just?
It wasn't right on the joint, so it was causing some pain, but nothing that was gonna cause any injury. So it was more just enduring the pain.
Last one for me. At the end of the round, it seemed like you kind of noticed that he obviously was bleeding everywhere, and I saw you take a look back. Did you think it was going to be stopped when you saw that cut?
Honestly, I thought I hit him with a hammer fist a couple times when he was in on my leg, and I purposely wasn't standing back up because it was a good position for me to land some shots. Land a few good elbows in there too, and I thought on one of them, I think he ended up rolling for deep half, but I thought when he initially rolled, I thought I put him out, but I didn't. He was just rolling for deep half or something, and I started seeing the blood. So it was in my head at the very end of the round, and I was hoping it didn't get stopped, but it did. So like I said, a little upset about that, but I got the win, so I can't complain.
I noticed that there was no glove touch at the beginning of the fight. Was that something you planned? Was there?
I'm sorry, it's tough.
There was no glove touch at the beginning. Was that intentional? Was it just you were just kind of in the mode? Was there beef?
It was intentional. It's not a sign of like disrespect for me. It's just like I'm going in there trying to take this guy's head off, and I expect him to do the same for me. So I don't want to touch hands with anybody. So that's why I didn't do that.
Dalton, congrats on the performance, man. So when you had that armbar, I mean, how close was it, and also how important was it to have your coaches and be able to hear them?
We actually just went over that position. This like in warm-ups today, and we went through it a couple times during the week. We expected him to throw up some submissions and stuff at me. It's nothing we don't do on a normal basis, so it wasn't. I knew the technique and stuff, the way to get out of it. It was just staying calm and composed there, because he didn't have fulcrum right on the elbow, so it wasn't, like I said before, I wasn't in a threat of injury, but it did hurt a little bit. It was just enduring the pain and being patient till I got out of it.
And you know, at the end of the round, I saw your face when you turned around. You looked mad that it got stopped. You know, it was clear you wanted to get in there for a second round, right?
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to get the stoppage in the first round. That's always my goal, and I say that before every fight, and I say that as a goal for myself. I set a bar for myself. I don't want to just go in there and win. I want to go in there and get the finish. I want to go in there and dominate the fight, and I felt like I was doing that, but I felt like a really good, devastating finish and coming near, whether it was on the feet or on the ground. And when I seen that blood, I was hoping it didn't get stopped. And whenever it got stopped, I knew exactly what it was getting stopped for. So that's why I was a little upset, threw up my arms a little bit. That's not how I wanted it to end.
Congrats, man.
Congrats on the win, man. 7-0 as an amateur, 3-0 now as a pro, all finishes. Do you wish you could get a little bit more cage time, maybe go into the third round?
I went to the third round once or twice as an amateur. It's not really about getting cage time for me. Like I said, I want to go in there. I set a goal for myself every fight, first round finish, and that's a goal that I set for myself. It's not something that I'm like, all right, I'm going to go in and finish everybody in the first round because I'm that good. When I train for these fights, I set a goal. I want to finish them in the first round, and that's what I'm working towards in my camp, and that's what I want to do. But the goal's never go to the third round. The goal's never go to distance. I want to keep the fight out of the hands of the judges. I was taught that from a young age with wrestling. You don't want the ref or the judges to play a part in your win or loss. So the only way to do that and guarantee that 100%, even with how good refs and judges are nowadays, and the only way to do that is to finish the fight.
So what do you want next? Is there someone that you have in mind?
I don't know if it made the TV or not, but I got on the camera at the end there and I asked, I didn't ask, I called out Dylan Dennis. He's out there. He's been fighting at catch weights of like 175 and 180. He's never even made it down to 170 yet, I believe. And he's calling out a lot of guys that he can't even fight, like guys that are UFC champs and world champion boxers and stuff like that. He's calling these guys out to be a troll on social media. And I mean, I'm 3-0, he's 2-0. We're both in the same organization. We're one weight class apart. Even if you would say that, because like I said, he's been taking catch weights. In my eyes, he's a middleweight until he makes that 170-pound limit. So I would love that fight. I would love to show everybody that he's not as good as he says he is and stop that hype train.
Congratulations on the win. I'm curious to know, how did you get the nickname Hercules and who gave it to you?
So I used to do a lot of boxing growing up, and I was boxing in Youngstown, Ohio. They have some good boxing there. A few world champions, Ray Boom Boom Mancini, Harry Arroyo, Kelly Pappas. So it's really, really rich in like the boxing history. And one of Muhammad Ali's old sparring partners, his name is Ron, in his late 70s now probably. He comes down to the boxing gym and just always hitting the bag, always goofing around, always hyping people up and stuff. And maybe 5 years ago, he just started calling me Herc, like short for Hercules. And every time somebody new would come to the gym, he would always introduce me as Hercules. So a lot of guys in the gym started calling me it too, and it kind of just stuck. So that's how I got that nickname, and I just stuck with it.
Thank you.